Good evening. For the record, it is not actually snowing outside where I am, but we are going to be gathering Koroks in the snow. Um, it keeps futzing, and so I'm hoping that that was saved. But regardless, we're going to be playing Tears of the Kingdom today, and we're going to go doing more Korok hunting. We cleared out Tabantha, not Tabantha. Yes, Tabantha Snowfield. Yeah, the Hebra province as well as Akala on Thursday, and so now we're going to go to the Gerudo Highlands, and then there are only a few left in Mount Lanayru, but we're going to go get those as well. I think there are 4 Koroks here. 4, but then there are 7 or so that we aren't going to bother with, so I think we are actually just going to teleport. And I'm thinking if we start down where the frickin' Iga hideout is, and then go over and then back. Most of the Koroks are along the plateau ridge in that area. And so I think we're just gonna keep the elevation going up as we go. And then maybe we'll dip around for a couple of the to northern Gerudo Koroks as well. It just depends on where they are and how difficult it is to get to them. So there's one in this circle here. But whether it is properly in the circle or... Yeah. You found me. Bye-bye. And there are 2 just over here. And then maybe we jump back up through the tower. Here we are. Come on. There we go. You found me. Bye. Okay. That's something at least. Does it go like this instead? Nope. I've not ever seen one that has multiple pieces. I don't think that's gonna be it. Does that work? No. So it is meant to be boxes. Is it something like that? Like here? Yeah! Boy, that took a while. You found me! Goodbye! Okay. And there's one over this way. But it's probably worth getting as well. And I mean, we'll see if we fought this. We have. So we'll just run right on by. There's one over there. Come on. Come on. The slope is definitely good enough to get a little bit of drift. Man, that's so boring. You found me. Bye-bye. There's one across the chasm here. On those rocks, I think. Be underneath. But to be fair, there's not much underneath these rocks. Could theoretically go lower, because it could be in like a cave or something. An outcropping or something of this sort. Hard to get much lower than that without going full chasm. Oh, I see, I see. It appears to be a pinwheel way the heck up. Hmm. 2 rockets left. But we have an abundance in capsules. So let's go over here. You found me. Bye-bye. Okay, well, screw you too. It is a satisfying sound. You found me. Bye-bye. Okay. So the next 2 are up here. Or up here at least. So we're gonna teleport back up to here and then get going. Be this one for sure. You found me. Bye-bye. Ah. We have 1, maybe 2 missing. 2 for sure, maybe there's 3. Okay. And a nasty little pebble as a trick. Come on. You found me. Bye-bye. Jeez. Well, let's definitely not waste another fairy. Okay. Definitely might be time to re-up my rocket shields. This one's a little bit of a drop. If indeed it's even just down here. So let's place a travel medallion before we, okay, yeah, surely it's just in here. Given switch to load times, it might be faster to teleport up there. But also, it's probably faster to just climb up. I guess it does depend on whether we need to open the menu to have some stamina stuff or not. Definitely makes a difference. Oh, come on. Don't do this to me. Cool. Whew. Cool. There are two Koroks that I'm just going to jump off over here for. We are going to place that medallion back down. I wonder if that is a consistent thing of having a Korok in each of the geoglyphs. It would make sense, because I know for sure that there was one in the Ganondorf geoglyph in the snowfield. You picked up a rock. It'd be neat for sure. No. No. Okay, so it's probably underneath. I'm in danger. You found me. Bye. Jeez. should not underestimate the power of a giant blob of elementally charged goo. Okay. That frozen rock looks like our target. That glacier. Nice. You found me. Bye-bye. Okay. Nope. Let's get our buttons right. Use. Zone our devices. Yeah, that's... Those are the inputs that I pressed, yes. Okay. There's Korok down on the ledge here. You found me. And yeah, might as well. There's a Gleok in the middle of the plateau that we'll have to deal with. But it should be relatively easy. Nice. You found me. Bye-bye. Bud. Do I need more than just the two? That's not what I used to. Thank you very much. Don't think we need more than two. Make sure that it's on properly. There we go. You found me. Bye-bye. We are about a third of the way done with where it's a bit of a walk here, so I'm just going to pull up. This is the map that I have. Going straight up this little path here, and then probably going up and then down around to get these last stragglers. We're gonna get these Koroks, then we'll head to Lanayru, or get the last couple of ones that I left there. And then probably go up to the sky to get some of the... I don't actually know rightly how many. Yeah, not too many. There are like 5 in the Hebrew sky that we'll go to if we have the time this evening. That seems like a shield surf job rather than a glide job. But also, screw you for bringing me so far from my trajectory. You found me. Actually, it doesn't screw things up too terribly. So we can jump over to here. Just a random lit torch around here. Is there a cave too? Probably. Yeah. Gonna bet on top of this rock. Yeah. We'll see how the physics plays with this. The physics engine plays with this if we want to be precise. Oh, come on. Yeah. You found me. Bye-bye. Okay. Then, I mean, it's a shallow enough cliff. Save a rocket. Hi, bud. Oh, hi, bear. I mean, we can dance if you want to. There we go. But then we take this and we put it back down here. And we jump off the cliff over here. You found me. Bye-bye. Teleport back up instead of climbing. Then we can go get the one that we left. And take a break. Fight this guy. Probably I haven't fought before. I don't think there's a difference between the rare frost talisman. Oh, I have fought you. How have I fought you before? Ow. I do. Let's... Oh, that's... Shoot. Nothing that's just a club, huh? Hmm. I don't think I've fused something to the Master Sword yet, so let's just... Sure. I'm still relatively poor in game, and so happy to kill Frost Talus when it's here. Because there's a lot of... I will be doing a lot of buying of... buying of Hyrule Compendium things that will take a lot of money down the line. Okay. I'm gonna bet under this bridge rather than over. Yeah, it might be one of those ascend ones. Yeah. Yeah. You found me. Bye-bye. Okay. Yeah, we can just run across from here. In other gaming news, I got to the epilogue of Hades 2 yesterday, I think, which was definitely not what I was expecting, but you know, it was good. Still having fun, just completionisting the game. Mostly been fun vibing with my friend about it. I'm very excited for Pokemon Legends Zeta 8 to come out. It looks... I'm not going to say it looks good, because we're still talking about Game Freak here. We're still talking about one of the richest companies that makes video games, among other things, in the world, that continues to make some of the worst quality video games in the world, but it certainly looks charming, and it certainly looks fun, and it certainly looks like another Pokemon game. And I have been very excited to play another Pokemon game. I'm not here to tell you that Legends Arceus was graphically impressive, or that it was mechanically all that interesting. But what I can tell you, what I am here to stand by, is that it was very fun. Surely that counts. Surely you could live under that. It's even balanced on your head, Mr. Statue. I hate these guys. They deal like 2 hearts of damage, but the problem is just that they're so insistent. Okay. Maybe we... No. Slant it across the... There we go. Cool. You found me. Bye-bye. Okay, so the next Korok's over there. There's also one in the canyon here, so we're gonna go to this Korok first, place the travel gate, and then jump down. We'll use one of our very average bows compared to the Demon King bow. You found me. Bye-bye. Okay. The number of times that I have traveled to the medallion instead of collecting it is already too dang high. So every single time I go to pick one up, I always consciously reset to make sure that I don't goof it again. We're just gonna look thoroughly around here before we fall down all the way. Because it seems like it's, yeah. But just wanted to be sure. You found me! Bye-bye! And yeah, I don't want to climb. And it gives me a chance to have a little drink. Okay. This part's a lot more up and down, but hopefully not too many downs. The Steam Next Fest is going on right now, and that has been fun to explore a little bit. There's a demo for I Hate This Place, which is a game that looks very good. The demo itself was definitely pre-alpha gameplay and game performance, but I'll definitely say that it has potential. But Next Fest is always a fun time, so if you have Steam, I definitely recommend checking. Oh crap! Definitely recommend checking out demos that look interesting. The problem is that because I've been playing so much Hades 2, all the recommended ones are all just Hades clones and or Greek mythology games or other mythology games. And while I think mythology is cool, I don't necessarily care if a video game is themed to be mythological or not, per se. There are cool games that are mythology based, but I don't necessarily. Some people go for that vibe, and that's cool. I personally don't care as much about whether the game is based on any mythological system, Greek or not. Hades is a good game independent of being based on Greek mythology, is the point I'm making. You found me! Bye-bye! I'm gonna get a picture while we're here. That's also some good free money. It also, again, I don't love isometric action roguelikes. I love Hades. And so there are a lot of clones that are fine, but the quality tends to be less than the game that got me into the genre, and they're just a dime a dozen at this point. But again, there are a lot of cool niche games that you can find amongst the demos, and looking for, like, as low as I am to say it, IGN often has a good write-up of various Next Fest games that are worth looking at. IGN and GameSpot both tend to have good write-ups by the second or third day of the week. So yeah, it's usually a good time. I think they're quarterly, so the next one will probably be either at the beginning of next year or in December, late December. It's a very short demo, but the demo for Placid Plastic Quest is remarkably good. It's a collectible card game based around the Placid Plastic Duck Simulator, which I have not personally played, but someone in my Steam family is a huge fan and has sent many a screenshot or video of their ducks kissing or their ducks ignoring each other, etc., etc. But the game, it's very inscription based, the same kind of like collectible card gameplay as Inscription. but again, I was very impressed by the dialogue and other writing in the game, so would recommend that one as well. You found me. Bye-bye. If you, like me, are always looking for something to fill the Baldur's Gate 3 shaped hole in your life, but don't always want to play Baldur's Gate 3 again, I believe it's called Aether and Iron, is a very good take on the... It's more of a Disco Elysium-like than a Baldur's Gate 3-like, because it doesn't use Dungeons & Dragons, doesn't use even a D20 system, but it is a... from the demo that I played like a good hour and a half. It's a good, meaty kind of sci-fi RPG. And like, just because I enjoy being a nerd and thinking about it, but the difference between, because this game uses it uses 2d6s to do ability checks rather than a 1d20, and so not only does that mean your average roll tends to be pretty good, it also means that a +1 is a lot better than a +1 on a d20. And it means that when you can get multiple increases to a single skill in this game, then you're suddenly really good at something, when the max you could ever be expected to roll is a 12. +1 becomes much better than when you can be expected to make, you know, DC 18 to 23 checks, depending on how cavalier you want to be in trying to persuade or deceive people in Baldur's Gate 3. So I highly recommend Aether and Iron as well. It always, minor gripe, it always irritates me when people use like an ampersand in their title, because then suddenly I have to have a moment of indecision of whether I'm going to search it by AND or by reaching and actually hitting the ampersand key. It will come up if you do Aether and by typing out the word, but just a minor gripe on my part. So yeah, I think that's most of what I've been doing. I've been playing Fire Emblem Three Houses again, which has been also delightful and wonderful. I am unreasonably excited for the Fire Emblem game that they teased at the Nintendo Direct recently. Unreasonably excited. I never played Engage. I had pre-ordered it at one point and then realized I didn't really want to play it if it wasn't going to be the same kind of relationship-based dating sim-esque gameplay. And my understanding is that it had some of that, but definitely not to the same degree as Three Houses did. And so I did not play it. If I could ever get it for cheap, I might, because I enjoy Fire Emblem gameplay, period, but I prefer my Fire Emblem gameplay with a healthy dose of dating sim as well. And if this Fire Emblem game is going to have a healthy dose of dating sim, then I can't tell you how excited I am. Because in playing, the first time I played it was back in, like, 2019, I think, end of 2019, maybe into 2021, depending on the exact time frames. I loved it, and like going back to it, having had time to reflect on different elements of the story, having had time to forget elements of the individual stories, like, my only complaint is that a lot of the like characters are poised to be extreme, which is kind of a necessity if you have 3/4 possible storylines that can progress. You need to be able to demonstrate a realistic reason for the characters to have made the decisions they make without the influence of the player character. But I think there could be a little more like artistic nuance in some of the character storytelling. If it's, I mean, I like Choices Matters games, but I also think there's a lot to be said for a good, like, just a good, well thought out story game. And so I'm all for if they want to do a houses system in, you know, pick your affiliation system in this new game. That's fine. But I hope that they can write characters to be a little less edgy in their extremities, which, I mean, it's not a small ask, and it is an ask that I hope represents the belief that I have in the capability of the team making Fire Emblem games at Nintendo to make such a game, because enough of the writing and enough of the storytelling in Three Houses was genuinely really good. It looks like he's kind of sitting with the Korok, so we'll definitely take care of him. I've killed you already too, huh? How do we want to do this? I don't know if I have that many Fire Keese eyeballs. I don't know if I have any Fire Keese eyeballs, because I have not spent much time in Eldin. Yeah, him being on a big rock is kind of a pain. Master Sword's gonna be big hits, but I think we just go for this. Great. Great. In general, I think the rock fights are really cool. I think they're fun, and it's especially the first time you see one and you run away in absolute abject panic. It's a great time. When they're on a little rock that's hard to get access to, that's a little less fun. Yeah, no, the heads are, I mean, I guess you can just shoot them. And I think having them be, at least this one, you need to use recall to get up to it. Without, I mean, you might be able to chain rockets or something. It's cool that they make it a difficulty to get up to them. Like, way to use a 3D medium to represent a creature that, as far as I recall, has only been in 2D games. But, especially the lightning one, is like the number of times that you're on one of the pillars of upwind from the lightning strikes, and then get struck by lightning again is just too high. But it is also cool that they just die from falling, so yeah, mixed bag, but generally I think the Leox are a win. And the real prize, surely it's not underneath somewhere. Oh, it's probably one of the examined ones at the top of the sword. Yeah, Link. Same diff. You found me. Bye-bye. Okay. Given our current proximity, I think we're gonna go down first. We'll collect this. Run over to here. Place it down. No, that's a plant. It's a treasure chest. Where's the rock? Where's the rock? Ice-like isn't gonna have a lot of treasure chest, not a rock. Oh, yeah, you are a fake. There you are. Yeah? That's fair. You found me. Bye-bye. Okay. Not far enough away. Again, seriously underestimating the radius of an exploding, elementally charged piece of ooze. Can we jump Daruk enough to... Nope. I said Daruk. You know, Bo. There isn't a Korok here, but you might think that there was, given the way that this map section does look kind of like a chicken leg. That is our Korok, with the little signs. Come on. You found me. Bye-bye. I was honestly expecting finding all the Koroks in the Gerudo Highlands to be a nightmare and to take forever. But this has gone significantly faster and much more smoothly than I was afraid of. Which is, you know, is good. It's a good feeling. Yeah. Probably. What shape do we want here is the question. Is it like this? Yeah. Gotta make that ender portal. You found me. Bye-bye. Because then we just have two more properly in the Highlands, and then 2 additional ones that are conveniently accessed from the Highlands. I played a bit more Donkey Kong Bonanza, which is still pretty much what I expected it to be. Very fun to play when you don't want to think about anything. Because just running around, mindlessly gathering gold and mindlessly gathering bananas and fossils and everything, it is truly satisfying. Bye-bye! It's not the kind of game that I want to play all the time, but so far it is the kind of game I'm glad to have. For those instances when I want to sit on the couch and just destroy things. I've seen optimism. I won't go so far as to say that I've heard rumors, but I've seen optimism that they will add more GameCube games to the Switch 2 emulator soon. And I am very excited if they do add Luigi's Mansion in time for Halloween. Because I have not played the original Luigi's Mansion in a long time. And it was really good. I didn't like either of the sequels nearly as much as the first game. I don't think that they're bad games objectively, but I just... there was an era of Nintendo games from like 2019 to like 2023 or so, where there were a bunch of collectibles, but useless collectibles. Like, Paper Mario and the Origami King was cute and was fun enough. And you could find all of these hidden treasures and hidden items that did absolutely nothing in-game. Compared to Thousand Year Door and the original Paper Mario, where, you know, there's an abundance of star pieces and you find all these items and badges hidden everywhere that you go exploring and you get rewarded for it. Luigi's Mansion 3, there's all sorts of stuff you can do, but very little of it manifests in any tangible way to affect your ability to progress the game. And let's be clear, the first Luigi's Mansion doesn't have that much that impacts your, like, collectability, but what it does have, I said collectability, like your ability to play the game, but like finding each of the boos was really fun, and finding all the different ghosts didn't take very long. And I think the uniqueness of the designs of each of the first game's ghosts was a very strong point over what I remember of Luigi's Mansion 2 and what I also somewhat vaguely remember of Luigi's Mansion 3. Like, there was a story for each of them. Even if it was just one blurb and the environment in which you find them, it was cool, rather than, like, a lot of strong character designing and, like, animations that were very charming and fun. But, I don't know, I love to read, and I love the idea of lore in a video game, and I feel like Luigi's Mansion could be rife with interesting lore, given the implication of what boos get up to in their own games, in addition to just there being a haunted house with apparently actual dead people still living in it. Because I don't think the whole extended family is a fabrication of King Boo. It might be like a joint project between the two of them, for the family and the boos, but... yeah. Anyway, I would love to play Luigi's Mansion again, and I would love to stream Luigi's Mansion, because it's not a long game if you know what you're doing. And so, just like a couple of streams, 2 or 3 hour streams would be enough to get it done. So, just for this is the nice clean Gerudo Highlands. If we have extra time, I think we'll start going through here just so we can have more of a complete section in the top left. But yeah, we're gonna go get these couple of Koroks in Mount Lanayru next. I'm still just dying for the bad Pokemon Coliseum and Pokemon Gale of Darkness. because Pokemon Coliseum specifically is like the reason that I think Jazz is so much fun. And just like the noir feel of the game is so much fun. Plus, it's different. My understanding is, my brother told me, I hadn't fact checked this, but my brother told me that it's one of the only Pokemon games not made by Game Freak proper. Which is part of why it's much more difficult and much more creative and much more innovative than the traditional Game Freak Pokemon game. I'm assuming that we need to chop trees to apply weight to this cork. I'm also interested in if they ever put the Mario Party GameCube games on Switch 2, because it's hard to rank them because they each have good games on them. Mario Party 4 has some of the best minigames. Mario Party 6 has some of the best, like, vibes of minigames. And Mario Party 5 had some of my favorite board maps. So, you know, I have no idea how much work it actually takes to get a game working on the Switch 2 emulator, so I'm not gonna, like, cast stones at Nintendo's ability to put them on. I simply wish that it would happen more quickly, is all I will say about it. Given how much they announced was going to be part of the program, I just want them to follow through on that. I mean, they're clearly working on a lot of things. I don't know how many studios. I don't know much about Nintendo's inner structure and inner workings, but they have a lot of games coming out soon, and I mean, I'm very excited for Hyrule Warriors: Age of Imprisonment. It's been a long time since I've sunk my teeth into a Hyrule or any kind of Warriors game. I've never played the original Dynasty Warriors, and there have been, like, the Fire Emblem Warriors wasn't that interesting to me. But more lore on Age of Imprisonment is very exciting to me. Kirby Air Riders. Again, I don't know how much, like, I don't know how much that is, like, Sakurai himself versus, like, a Nintendo studio working on the game. I thought he had, like, gone on to do his own thing, but it might have just been him making his own YouTube channel and then still working at Nintendo. Presumably still working at Nintendo, but... You found me. Goodbye. Okay. I don't think we're high up enough to get the free Aracuda loot. So I won't bother shooting it if it doesn't see me. And my roommate is in the midst of her PhD program and has been waiting for Metroid Prime 4 for about a decade now. And I think they will be working on their end-of-term projects and grading and all sorts of things that will prevent them from just playing the game start to finish in however many hours. But she and I are both very excited for Metroid Prime 4. I played Metroid Prime and Prime 2, and both were really good. I never got into Metroid Prime 3. I played it for a bit, but never finished it. I mean, okay, that's kind of neat that they have 3 Koroks on each of the 3 trees from that one shrine puzzle in the first game. I was gonna criticize that it's the same 3 Koroks in the same area, but it's for those trees, which I think is at least a nice callback. I desperately want a game that makes it reasonable to use the mouse controls on Switch 2. I want a reason to use them. I didn't buy the drag and drive game. I'm interested in it. I would like to try it. But it's not... I don't like games that are basically just PvP online. It's just too stressful for me. So I want to see what games people make that will work with hybrid mouse and Joy-Con controls. Because, like, I feel like there's some good space there. And so I'm excited for Metroid Prime Beyond, because it looks... A, it looks good, and B, there's just one more here. Let's go. It's at the top of this mountain, but it's just one more. It looks really good. I had seen some articles where people were less impressed with it, but I don't know how much of that is just, like, rage baiting. Because, like, there's the... I don't know what the channel is called, but there's the YouTube channel that's done by, like, one of the ex marketing people at Nintendo, and some other person who also worked for or adjacent to Nintendo. And like the number of articles I see that is just like clickbait based on things that they say about Nintendo's policies and practices and what they believe about Nintendo's future. And I just... it irritates me because it's, at this point, it is an outsider's opinion. And I just feel like it just feels clickbaity to me. I have not watched any of their videos, so I don't know about the actual quality of the content that they make. The articles that get written about their content are for sure clickbaity. And most of it is just like critical of everything Nintendo does. Let's be clear, there's a lot that Nintendo deserves to be criticized for. But instead of focusing on all of the, like, frankly offensive patents that Nintendo is filing and all the lawsuits and all of the actual drama that is worth talking about, they just talk about, oh, this delayed announcement means that Nintendo is going in the toilet or whatever. And it's just, yeah, like, again, I hate clickbait, and so it just rubs me the wrong way. Yeah, there's one more Korok that, while we have the elevation, we're going to go get, and then we'll go and get the few scattered up above. And then we can finally take off these cold clothes, because, you know, there are better outfits that get me killed less. So yeah. I still haven't... It's October, and that's often the time for playing scary games. I have not committed to play scary games at the moment, because I am an absolute coward. But I'm very interested in Resident Evil Requiem. And so, I might try to make myself play other Resident Evil games again. And there are things I could do to make them less scary to me. I could not play with headphones, because that's... you know, sound design is a huge element to making a horror game scary. I can play with the lights on, etc. I just truly get scared to the point of not being able to sleep when it comes to certain things. And Resident Evil 2 is rough, because I hate zombies so much. And again, I thought I could play Resident Evil 4 Remake. I've seen people play through the whole thing, like, twice. And yet, like, the moment I sat down to actually play it myself, it suddenly was like, oh wait, no, this is scary. Just the tension that they create immediately upon, like, just, oh no, you don't know what happened to the friendly police officer who was driving you to the outskirts of the village. It's just a lot, man. But, like, there's so much more that gets done with, like, background lore and storytelling in horror than often in even just, like, mainstream adventure or fantasy games. It's like, I love the stories of horror games, and I love the storytelling and the concepts behind them. It's so much fun, and Resident Evil especially, like, there's a lot of great stuff that they do that's like, man, this is cool, and I'm very excited for sure to watch people play Resident Evil Requiem when it comes out, if I don't manage to play it myself. But yeah, we'll see. That decision is still 4 months out, so I don't have to worry about it too much yet. That's so not what I wanted to do. I don't know if this Korok is inside the little cave here or not. Is there a cave here? I thought there was a cave here. Well, maybe we can fall back here. Nope. Rip me. It didn't seem to be on top, but maybe I just didn't see it. Anyway, like, someone in one of the videos that I made had suggested that Signalis was a cool game that was worth checking out. And yes, it's definitely a horror game. But I played it. It was terrifying at times because one of the mechanics is that you don't know when enemies are going to get back up and try to kill you again. And that was pretty scary. But it was, again, lore-wise, story-wise, I did just, man, clumsy me. Lore-wise and story-wise and vibe-wise and music-wise and everything. It was so good. Truly phenomenal. These are possibly my least favorite Koroks because I'm so bad at assuming where they're going to show up next. So yeah. There are, and one of the demos that I played was, I hate this place. It's an isometric horror game, and it was scary. There were a number of, beyond just jump scares, it's like, oh, you're going through this facility that is infested with this thing that can hear you, and everything makes noise if you step on it. It's like, there are so many cool game design elements that can be, like, that can be used to represent horror and fear. If you have ever watched an Outside Xbox or Outside Extra video, then you've probably heard of the GameCube classic Eternal Darkness, where there's a sanity meter that, like, causes your character and therefore you to hallucinate in the game if you get too spooked, if you get too scared in the game, which is really cool. I don't know how much elevation I need to get this Koroks. We're gonna go as high as we can. So I love the design of horror games, and there are some horror games that I can play. Reflexively, like, if it's not zombies, I tend to be okay. If it's just like, if it's truly just like body horror or psychological horror, I can do that a little okay. But it's the more like, if I have a hard time, let's phrase this right. If I fixate on something without a solution to it, that tends to be really scary for me. I don't tend to get scared at games where the horror things are easy to kill. But I say that having, played Resident Evil and had a struggle with that, but, like, with enough ammo, you can still kill the things. I don't know. No, I'll have to think about that. I have not truly decided what is scary about horror video games to me. Because I also watched someone play Silent Hill 2 Remake, and I watched that and I'm like, maybe I could play that. That looks fun. There's a VR mod for it that would probably, be too much for me, but could still be a good time. And like with Silent Hill 2, a lot of the scary things are consistent and not that threatening. I mean, if you get grabbed by a zombie in Resident Evil 2, either the original or the remake, you're pretty much cooked. Like, they deal so much damage, and they're so, I guess, my understanding is that like resources are generated in Resident Evil games based on how many resources you don't have. And so I can't say that there's so little ammo, because I think they give you more ammo if you use your ammo, but I just get so paranoid about firing a shot that I often get killed by zombies a lot, and then etc. etc. You found me. Goodbye. Okay. 2 more that I think are cold. There's one in the middle of the sky here. I don't think we're gonna get a better spot to jump off to it unless that's the island, and then we might need a little more elevation. So let's go back up here. I'm trying to think of other horror. I mean, okay, I've played The Last of Us, and I played The Last of Us Part 2, and I was scared the whole time. Like, both games was just freaking terrified. So tense, so stressed. I can't tell you, like, I couldn't verbalize it right now outside of the game, but if I'm playing the game or someone is playing the game, I can tell you exactly where every single infected is going to jump out of every corner. I can tell you where all the jump scares are, I can tell you where all the combat encounters are, because I was so stressed playing that game. And they're great. They're great games, at least gameplay-wise. I'm going to avoid trying to spark debate about The Last of Us Part 2, but gameplay-wise, mechanically, they're both phenomenal games. And terrifying and well done, but not so terrifying. Like, the horror is oppressive in that game, but not, I say oppressive, it's pervasive, but not oppressive. The fact is that there are zombies, and it's not like it's abnormal, it's not that it is sensational, it's just the way it is. And that was easier to manage than the, like, rarefied horror of Resident Evil. Resident Evil 7, like, I've never bothered to try to play that game because I know I couldn't do it. But, like, it's so much. It's like, oh, you're trapped in this house and everything is new and bad. It's all new and it's all bad, and you need to find a way to get out. And having, again, watched through a whole playthrough of that game, like, it's so scary. So, I don't know. I kind of wish I had gotten this Korok before, but it's somewhere. Yeah. Try, because I truly don't know how many other horror games I've played. Like, okay, BioShock, kind of. BioShock is definitely, like, a thriller in terms of, like, comparing it to a movie. It's definitely intense. And there are horrifying elements to it. Yeah, I mean, in BioShock 1, there's the iconic dentist chair. That was definitely a scary moment. Like, yeah, it's tough, because I think a lot of it is just the psychology for me. It's just the pressure of if something is convincing you that it's scary. Because there are other games that I can just, like, detach from and say, oh, that's scary, but I'm not there, you know? With Resident Evil, it's all about being there. Words are hard. Okay. So that's, we can pull up the screen again. That's all the ones in the sky up here that are cold. And then we're gonna go down and get these Koroks. And I think, see, we got about 40 minutes left. So let's curve up and get the Thunder Field ones rather than going down straight across here. we'll get all these ones, and if we have extra time, we'll curve back down and get those. Yeah. Okay, elevation-wise, we're gonna want to go over here first. I think I for sure fought that Gleok. Surely I fought that Gleok, because is there a shrine up here? No, there's not. Okay, maybe we'll go say hi to Gleok. At least, well, if we check, then he's gonna follow us, and that's not good. Wait. Okay, we did defeat this guy. We're gonna be smart, and we're gonna climb around to this side of the pillar to climb up. Hey, bud. Yeah, it's probably on that one. It's fine. Oh, come on. Come on. Come on. No, that's not the meal I wanted to eat. Whatever. No, my ice key eyeballs were over here, right? Maybe not that far. Are we gonna climb this pillar now? Thank you. Okay. You found me. Goodbye. That was far afield. Oh. Apologies. I always forget to shut that back off. There. I mean, sure. Let's see if that dissuades it from following us. See here? Okay. Oh, is it trying to make a... There we go. You found me. Bye-bye. There's one underneath here. It's probably either one of those hanging ones or an ascend one. We'll get this one first. Yes, thanks, Yunobo. You found me. Bye. Swap to a rainbow. Okay. You found me. Bye-bye. Okay. We're gonna go along the road this way. Because going around the mountain probably take longer than just doing it this way. And honestly, let's go place our travel gate next to the bridge. Before jumping into the chasm. Nice that they have a way out of the chasm, a send rock if needed. Gonna guess underneath. Ow. Yeah, deserved. Oh, I see, I see. You found me. Bye-bye. Okay. 2 more in the chasm this way. This next weekend, I think it's from the 17th to the 19th, there's going to be a stress test for Arc Raiders. I have never happily played an extraction shooter game, so I can't say that I am going to like it. Like, let's be clear. I'm aware that it is not the kind of game I normally play, but I'm very desperate for a fun shooter game to play. And it looks like there's enough PvE that it could be, that it might be fun. And so I'm interested in at least giving it a try. I watched someone's gameplay footage of some early access or early alpha, and it seemed like an extraction shooter, but again, it looks good enough that it's worth giving a try. I think, especially nothing beats free in my current financial situation. Yeah. Make sure we Talus Heart rather than one of those flints. Most of the things that I'm excited enough to bookmark in my brain and spend money on are Nintendo things. Ghost of Yotei looks really fun. I did not play Ghost of Tsushima. Ghost of Tsushima looks really fun, but neither game has gone on a sale good enough that I've considered buying it. Pragmata is one of the new Sony games coming out soon. Gameplay-wise, looks really fun. I'm concerned about the young girl-coded character, because my experience with young girl-coded characters is that people tend to be completely and perfectly normal about them. And game developers tend to be perfectly and completely normal about them. And, you know, we'll see how it goes. It's one that I'm definitely gonna, you know, wait to buy to see if it is perfectly normal or not. But gameplay-wise, the website, I remember the good old days when, like, you could go to a video games website and do this all the time. They have a little, the main mechanic is that you have to hack enemies to expose their weak points. And there's a little mini game you can play on the Pragmata website to demo that, and it looks... the mini game itself is nothing special, but the idea of that being, like, tangential to combat seems pretty fun and seems pretty... I'm interested. I think it's a good idea that you don't see very often in shooter games. I mean, if Randy Pritchford, I have no idea how much harm Randy Pritchford has done to the name of Borderlands or the stock of Gearbox and or 2K, but, like, I would love to play Borderlands 4 if it weren't for the EULA that requires kernel access to your computer for quote-unquote anti-cheat reasons, and Randy Pritchford continuing to demonstrate that he is one of the strangest and most unpleasant people that I've ever seen interact on YouTube or Twitter. It looks really fun. The reviews that I've watched, it said it was really fun, Borderlands 4. How do we frame this? So that part's gotta go down. Gotta rotate it. This. Why am I trying to do this backwards, man? No, okay. Does it go like this? Yeah. You found me. Bye-bye. Alright, now we go back here. And across the chasm. I don't know. I don't like competitive shooters, and I don't like milsims. And that puts me way outside of the target audience of most first-person shooter games. And I'm not here to try to say that people should cater to me in game development choices. Like, people are good at and like those kinds of games for a reason, and they're I'm not trying to say they're bad, they are not my cup of tea. So finding a good shooter game that isn't just like a survival shooter has been very difficult. Like, Borderlands 2 is basically the perfect game to feed the desire I have for shooting things, because ammo is plentiful, so you only run out of ammo when you favor one gun too much, and then it's easy to just switch to something else until you restock. That's not where we need to go. Like, running out of ammo in a game is one of the most frustrating things for me, because I just want to shoot, especially if the shooting is good. And so finding the balance of a good first-person shooter game. I prefer first-person, third-person's fine. Remnant 2 are fun games. They're very fun. They're really not that fun by yourself. And unfortunately, I don't have people who want to play those games with me, and I don't even really want to play Remnant and Remnant 2 again. I had a good playthrough back when it first came out, and I've been satiated on Remnant for the time being. But, like, a good shooter game where shooting is important to the game, it's not just, like, one option or a tangential choice you can make. A true, like, adventure shooter game that is not gonna screw me over every time that I want to shoot things by saying that I'm out of ammo. we'll probably just ascend up there. It's so cute that they're pulling a wagon. And there's a treasure chest. I mean, I'm curious. I'm very curious. What have you put in this treasure chest? No! I should have seen that one coming. Cool. Cool. That's cute. That was fun. Oh, and roguelike shooters. It's not... there are good roguelike shooters out there, but there are so many roguelike shooters out there now. I haven't... The one that I don't own that I would like to play, I played a demo of a while ago, was RoboQuest. That one seems like a really good roguelike shooter, but, like... I don't know. Gunfire Reborn is one that I've played for a bit that was fun enough, but again, just like either running out of ammo or just not as good a feel as I would have hoped. So I don't know. And to complain a little bit, like frickin' Cyberpunk 2077. I've tried twice to play Cyberpunk 2077 because the gameplay is top-notch. It's super fun most of the time. Like there are a couple of like stress points that I don't love, but it's really fun to play. But the story is so bad. In terms of like actual meaningful discussion in a dystopic world, like it's so empty and meaningless. The V is just edgy for the sake of being edgy, and there's nothing except I'm going to fight against this oppressive government system and try to save my life by doing so. And there's no actual interrogation of any social or political issues of that system. It's just we need the system a priori so that we can rebel against it. And it's heartbreaking, man. There are individual stories that are kind of fun in the game, and there's a lot of fun text to read and a lot of fun like lore implications. But again, it's so unwilling to interrogate the premise on which it sits that like I could not stomach playing more of it because it just felt like junk food. Like I don't know. Again, gameplay-wise, very fun, and the design-wise, the city is cool to go and explore. But could not, Keanu Reeves could not sell me on the plight against, I don't even remember the company's name. Yeah. There are all these pieces, oh, those pieces are to help Addison. But I think we already did that one. Oh, okay. Gotta find the missing piece of wood. There we go. Build the house. You found me. Bye-bye. Okay. So we can teleport here if we wanted. I put a marker up here for some reason. It's not where the Korok was. Teleport there. Or we could go here. And probably glide over to where we want to be. So then we'll go here. I mean, while we're here... Keep pushing that on, Link. Go for it. Go for it, my man. If you save an auto build of a bunch of apples, you can just go through orchards and they'll just gather for you, and then you drop it and you can pick them all up. One more, good measure. You never know when 300 apples are going to come in handy, you know? Oh, okay, yeah. Because this was another shrine trial that became a Korok in this game instead of being carried over. Not running, because we don't want to wake up these people, because we don't want to bother fighting them. You found me! Bye-bye! Oh, more monsters. Surely you're gonna let. Surely. Guess not. Bye-bye. This way. Yeah. It's so nice when they let you cheese things, especially when they just decide to, you know, start raining. Crap. Well, again, 'tis why we have rockets. As far out the edge as we can. Nice. You found me. Bye-bye. Okay, next is on top of that mountain. It looks scalable. Oh, thank goodness. Okay. My sister has been playing a game called Sail Blazers recently. It's like a mix between Pal World and Moonlighter, the 2D dungeon crawler roguelike where you go into dungeons to gather materials to then sell in your shop. And honestly, it is just kind of fun to hear her talk about, you know, being sad that this person was crying after she stole his stuff, or accidentally killing people who got in her way, etc., etc. Oh, I marked Addison. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't need that mark, because I'm just gonna find him elsewhere. Elsewhen is probably more accurate. Huh? You found me. Goodbye. Okay. So we've got another elevation change and one more Korok in the chasm. So we're going to come over here and place our trusty travel gate. A little surprised we haven't inadvertently run into any more memories, but I think most of the ones we have left are centralized on, like, Hyrule Castle and the various cities and towns that we haven't fully explored. There's going to be presumably a stream someday of doing all of the... A thunderwing butterfly. This rare butterfly only shows itself when it rains. The organs in its body produce an insulating compound when made into an elixir that offers electrical resistance. Presumably there's going to be a... I have a picture of you. I never picked one of you up, but I have a picture of you. A stream for Hateno Village and doing the mayoral election side quest that is very charming, but offered no rewards worth getting from the main playing of the game. I'm going to try to do as many side quests as I can, because that's one of the completion things that is tracked by the app. I make no guarantees that I'm actually going to do all of the side quests, because a lot of the time it is somewhat inconvenient. It is mere inconvenience rather than being something engaging or worthwhile. So do we think it's underneath somewhere, like deep in the chasm, or do we think it's up as part of the windmill? All I have is like approximately right here. So I don't think it's up on the windmill, but it could be, and wind might need to blow in the proper direction to get to it. Let's see. My other travel gates are where? There's one down here. We definitely don't need this one. So let's place this here and then jump off. Ha! Cool. Okay. It looks like more than one piece is missing, though. or not. Okay. Okay. Cool. You found me. Bye-bye. And we can collect that preemptively. The conflict in my heart is that I prefer playing at night generally because I like night colors, and the Sheikah outfit gets a speed boost at night. But the stall children, the Stalfos monsters, are just so annoying, and they show up all the time, immediately whenever night sets. Night falls, whatever, words. There you are. I think we can ascend up through that, right? You found me. Bye-bye. Of the many things, many quality of life changes that would make this game even more perfect than it is. A full grid rather than just a plain Lionel. A full grid on this rather than just one line would be fantastic, but being able to save armor sets would be truly peak. Being able to just hot swap between like a nighttime and a daytime armor set would be nice. Or having a I'm suddenly in a big fight against a monster. I want to have my higher defense gear instead of my weak stealth gear. Yeah, that's close enough. Spear ones are a little harder than the sword and shield ones. The sword and shield ones are very easy to clown with just consistent flurry rushes, but I'm not as practiced against the spear attacks. Oh, yeah, I mispressed that button. I panic, and I will often start hitting X instead of Y when I have the opportunity, because I genuinely don't think about which button is attack until it actually counts. I don't think either of the pieces of gear are going to be worth it compared to what I've already got, so we'll ignore those. Sure. We will channel our inner scooter and catch a ride. Don't need to get too high because I'm stuck just up on this mountain. Oh, probably at the top of the one not And of course it starts raining. Of course it starts raining. Why wouldn't it start raining when we need to climb something? You found me. Bye-bye. As I've said on previous streams, I've been watching a lot of Dungeons & Dragons live plays from Dimension 20. It's been a lot of fun. I finished the Unsleeping City Chapter 2 today, which was pretty goofy, pretty fun. It really just makes me want to play Dungeons & Dragons on my own, but I unfortunately am not in a circumstance where I'm surrounded by people that I would be excited to play tabletop role-playing games with. I have a number of people, a number of friends that would be interested in, but I can't say that it would necessarily be fun to play with them. But every time I see people rolling dice and getting excited, it makes me want to roll dice and get excited. And currently I am just satiating that desire by playing Baldur's Gate 3 again. I just entered the Shadow-Cursed Lands, which has been... I mean, like... I still think that the beginning of the game, the first, like, levels 1 and 2, is just peak. It's fun to do, regardless of how many times I've done it. The struggle to hit level 4 before needing to go do harder fights is a little bit of a drag. But then, like, the Underdark and the Kresh are two other highlights of Act 1 that are great to replay every time. And then the Shadow-Cursed Lands is a lot of good stuff. A lot of great moments, a lot of good story. That's just eggs. And then getting to Act 3 does tend to be where I drop off the most. I have an honor mode save where I've made it to Act 3. Like, literally just entered the outside of the city from Act 2. And I was just too stressed to keep playing. But again, I've been playing the cleric rather than letting other... I've been playing the cleric and conveniently have the highest charisma score of my whole party because I'm not playing with a bard, paladin, or warlock or sorcerer. And so I've just been enjoying all of the cleric dialogue choices that you can do. I don't remember if there's something to do here in this in Tears of the Kingdom. I thought there was, but definitely don't remember outright. You found me. Bye-bye. I've also been romancing Gale, which has been a choice I've not made before. And let me tell you, he's a charmer. He is a very smooth talker. And as a nerd, as an English major nerd, it is really nice to hear someone charismatically talking like a nerd. That's not the right pillar. We are looking over here, I think. No. Oh, that's neat. That's neat. You need to stack the rocks to get up there. That's cool. I mean, probably there are other ways to do it, but... Cool. Good enough. Bye-bye! And we got one more. Yeah, I mean, if you're just gonna give it to me. Cheaper than a rocket. I guess I could have just teleported back. Silly me. That should be enough. Oh, yeah. I have not managed to take a picture of Luigi's Phantom, and I have not wanted to go back and try to make the Scimitar of the Seven. It looks like this might be it. No. The other way? Yeah, cool. You found me. Bye-bye. Okay. That's where we're going to call it, right about 9 o'clock. Thank you all for watching. A very nice, refreshing surprise to have 50 people hanging out for a stream. I normally stream Tears of the Kingdom on Thursdays, but I usually do it in the afternoon on Thursdays. This week is exceptional because the new the new Pokemon game is coming out. I'll be streaming that this Thursday at about, I'm thinking 12 Eastern Time, noon-ish. We'll see. It mostly depends on when I wake up and when my siblings are going to be available, because I like to hang out with them before they go to work. But I will be streaming that this Thursday instead, and then I've been playing Blueprints for the last 4 months, 5 months now, and we've been making more progress recently than in most previous streams, so excited to play that again on Friday. If you've enjoyed, feel free to like this video, and please subscribe to the channel. I always appreciate it. I like when numbers go up. And I hope you all have a good week. There are good things happening this week. I hope good things happen to you. And yeah, if I see you again, see you again. And if not, until then, bye-bye!